Join us today as we go to one of our family's favorite swimming holes on the Archey Fork of the Little Red River. As with most rivers in Arkansas, there is a lot of traveling downhill to get there. On the way down to the river, we discovered an old root cellar. Root cellars were used back in the pioneer days to keep food cool so that the things that you grew and the meat that you harvest will last throughout the year. This part of Arkansas is considered bear country, and the locals have figured out some pretty innovative ways to keep those rascals from getting into their trash. We came down here to the Archey Fork today of the Little Red River, and we're going to be looking for chanterelles. We're in this little bowl, this high ridge kind of circling the whole place. The river's right down there at the base of that mountain. It's just a really cool looking spot. Hopefully we'll find some mushrooms. And we're gonna let the boys swim some. The water's probably pretty low, but I think we'll be able to find some good holes. That's it. This plant is called wild bergamot, and it was used medicinally by Native Americans. It was used as a poultice to treat wounds, and also it can be made into a tea to treat cold and flu symptoms. Here we have wild muscadines, which can be recognized by their heart-shaped leaves with serrated edges. The muscadine berries will normally ripen around the end of September. Well, this is the place I normally pick the chanterelles. It's about a month earlier than when I normally come out here, and they aren't here. So I think what we're going to have to do is come back in about a month or so. The place looks like it's been flooded, so I'm not real sure why they bloom later in the year. I know a lot of people are finding them right now in other places. It might have to do with the flooding or the water availability in this area. We're going to look a little bit harder, but after that, the boys are probably going to swim, and that's probably going to be it. It looks like we're probably not going to get any mushrooms, and we will probably have to come back towards the end of July. To get to our little swimming hole, we're having to walk across the shallow part of the creek, and the shallow part of the creek is real slippery. They're so really out here. The kids are already swimming. We got a couple chairs set up. We're probably gonna sit out here 2 or 3 hours. There's a bunch of caves out here. I like to come in the wintertime. The only thing is in the summer when I've tried to go in the caves, I have seen rattlesnakes. So we probably won't try that this time of year. I'd like to come back though in the winter and explore these caves. Yeah, this is the swimming hole. We're about to have a good time. Here is one of the many cave systems to explore in the area. I highly recommend going during the winter time. Here are some chanterelles that we found in this exact same spot last year. Well, I guess it's time to wrap it up and head home, but not before we discover a few more things. Here's American hop hornbeam, of which the seeds are edible and the wood is also known as ironwood. Here we have beefsteak, which is also used as a poultice or even a tea. Just like we had to head downhill on the way to the river, we got to head uphill on the way home. Thank you once again for joining us on our Ozark Mountain adventure.